The candles on the birthday cake flickered, fighting against the breeze. But my son didn't make a single wish. His eyes were fixed on the words in bold, red icing. Congrats, Ethan. Ethan, my nephew, my brother's son. I scanned the scene around him. Carnival ride spinning slowly, the cotton candy machine lazily twirling sugar into clouds, a clown tossing juggling pins near the popcorn stand. I had spent $3,600 to make this day unforgettable, every cent earned from long nights working double shifts. And yet, somehow, the celebration I planned wasn't my son's anymore. My dad clapped my brother on the shoulder. We figured combining the birthdays would save some money. We're not made of cash, after all, he said, sipping punch as if nothing was wrong. My son still wore the small gold crown he had chosen himself, insisting he wanted to feel like a king, even if just for a day. Quietly, without a word or a tear, he removed it, folded it carefully, handed it to me, and sat down on the grass. My stomach twisted into knots. Did you even ask me? I whispered to my dad. We didn't think it would be a problem, he said, shrugging. Besides, Ethan's in remission. He deserves something special. So my son doesn't. I wanted to scream. Instead, I forced my hands to work, packing leftover cupcakes into boxes, unplugging the bounce house, canceling the fire breather, and letting the face painter leave early. Everyone watched me dismantle the party I had poured myself into, the one my family had hijacked. Then I opened my phone. Every upcoming reservation, every vendor booked for future celebrations, I started canceling them. No more shared events. No more giving while getting nothing in return. By nightfall, I had 27 missed calls. And then, a text arrived that made my hands tremble. The baby shower's next week. Please tell me you didn't. It was supposed to be my gift to them. A $5,000 rooftop venue. Catered to perfection, cupcakes shaped like rattles, handwritten invitations sealed with wax. But it was gone. Every detail canceled. The moment I saw my son discard his crown, something inside me either shattered or finally began to heal. That night, my brother texted, "Hey, heard you were upset about the mix-up. Ethan loved it, though. Appreciate you going all out. Mix-up." The next morning, my mom called. "Sweetheart, we need to talk." I ignored it. An hour later, she was pounding on my door like a drill. "Open up. We need to figure out the shower. I already promised everyone." I cracked the door just enough to reply, "You combined our kids' birthdays to save money. Combine your savings to throw your own baby shower." Her face shifted from pink to pale. "You're seriously being petty over one cake," she spat. "No," I said, steady and calm. "I'm done being the only one who finances everyone else's celebrations while my child gets crumbs." She scoffed. "You're being emotional." That word, emotional, always used to silence me. But not today. "Good," I said. "I hope you feel it too." Every canceled call, every refunded vendor, every closed tab, it all counted. Later, my dad left a voicemail. "Your brother's furious. Your mom's crying. We didn't mean any harm. Can you at least pay the deposit? We're counting on you." I turned around and felt my son slip his arms around my waist. "I liked our party," he said quietly, "even if they didn't." And right then, I knew I wasn't finished yet. By afternoon, messages started pouring in. My aunt, cousin, and even my uncle's wife I hadn't spoken to since 2016. Every message with the same tone. "We know you're upset, but can't we just move on? It's about family, not money. Are you really letting one party ruin everything?" None of them had ever offered to split costs. None of them had ever checked invoices. I had paid for the tent at the last reunion, holiday decorations, a surprise engagement party, even a family spa weekend that somehow turned into an all-women's retreat without me. And suddenly I was the problem. Later, the bank pinged me, a reminder for my monthly $1,430 transfer toward my parents' mortgage every month for 3 years. I stared at the notification, then hit cancel. Recurring payment stopped. An hour later, my phone rang. "Dad," he said, voice strained, "there's a problem with your payment." "No," I replied. And for the first time in a long while, I felt something like peace. "Problem?" I asked, keeping my voice steady. "It's a problem," he exhaled sharply. "You can't do this. We're counting on you." Counting on me, I repeated slowly, but not enough to save my son a piece of his own birthday cake. You're overreacting, he snapped. We didn't mean to leave him out. And you didn't mean to include him either, I shot back. Silence hung in the air. Finally, he muttered, so what now? I smiled. Now, I said, a calm edge in my voice. Now, you plan the baby shower. You fund the celebrations. You figure it out, just like I did for years. And right before I hung up, I added something I never thought I'd find the courage to say. Tell everyone to stop calling. I'm not coming back. 3 days later, the baby shower was canceled. My brother's fiancé posted a tearful video online. We were blindsided. Things fell apart. Promises were made and broken. The person I'm talking about, that was me. The video circulated quickly in our family circle. Comments of sympathy rolled in. Aunt Kendra wrote, such a shame after all the planning. Uncle Ben added, families should lift each other up, not tear each other down. But when my grandson's birthday was stolen, when his name disappeared from the cake, where was anyone? Not a single call, not one apology until now. Later that night, the doorbell rang. I peeked through the peephole and saw my mom, holding a half-eaten tray of leftover cupcakes. I cracked the door open. She didn't greet me. She just stepped in as if it were still her house. Listen, she said, setting the tray on the counter like a peace offering. I don't know why you're acting like this. I'm not acting, I replied. I'm done performing, she rolled her eyes. You're punishing everyone over a cake, she said sharply. No, I said, calm but firm. I'm holding people accountable for years of using me as a wallet, erasing me when it's convenient. Her tone sharpened. Your brother's fiancée is devastated. She's pregnant. She's emotional. So was I said quietly. Watching my child walk away from his own birthday, crown in the trash, tears in his eyes. She flinched. I asked, do you even remember his birthday? She blinked, paused. Silence. I didn't think so. Her face fell, ashamed, and she picked up the tray of cupcakes. We just thought you were okay, she murmured. I said softly. Until now. She opened her mouth to respond, but I shook my head. Tell them, I'm no longer the person they should rely on. The consequences were almost immediate. That same week, my brother's fiancée sent a neutral message. Hey, just wondering if you'd be open to talking soon. No pressure, just want to clear the air. She attached an ultrasound photo, as if that could erase years of neglect, of being sidelined and ignored. Then came the revival of the family group chat. Mom added me back. The chat's title had changed, Family Reconnect 2 Hearts. I didn't respond. They posted updates, photos, even a new date for the rescheduled baby shower. Then silence, and then a request. We're short on funds. Can you help? Everyone's pitching in. Everyone but me. I had already carried this family for years, so I did something I'd never done before. I drafted an email, attached receipts, and a spreadsheet labeled, what I've paid since 2017. Line by line, $3,600 birthday Carnival, $1,430 per month mortgage support, 36 months, $2,200 grandma's surgery copay, $900 canceled vacation deposit, $4,800 car repairs for dad, $600 baby shower venue, never reimbursed. Total, $68,530. I sent it. No emotion, no threats, just a subject line, in case you ever wondered. Within 10 minutes, I was removed from the group chat again. This time it didn't hurt. That evening, my son walked into the kitchen, looked at me, really looked, and asked, are we okay now? And for the first time in years, I meant it when I said, we're more than okay. 2 days later, I received a letter from Grandma. Not a text, not a call, but a handwritten note in blue ink on her floral stationery. I saw the spreadsheet. I just want to say I'm sorry. I hadn't realized just how heavy the weight I was carrying had become. I wish I'd spoken up sooner, said something, anything. Then, tucked inside a simple envelope, I found a folded $100 bill. On the letter was a single sentence, underlined 3 times, don't let them make you feel invisible again. I gripped that letter as if it were a lifeline. Because when the noise fades, when everyone around you has labeled you the villain simply for refusing to finance their comfort, you start to wonder if maybe, just maybe, you've been too rigid. But deep down, I knew I hadn't been. Later that week, I noticed a post from my mother on social media. Some people forget what family really means, she wrote. It's not about numbers or ledgers. It's about love, forgiveness, and sacrifice. I didn't comment. I just saved a screenshot. Then I made my own post, a side-by-side of my son, one from the carnival, smiling with painted cheeks, and one from the moment he saw the wrong name on his birthday cake, shoulders slumped, his crown untouched. Caption: if you define love by erasing children, maybe it's time to rethink family. I didn't tag anyone, but they saw. And suddenly, the silence that followed was deafening. No more group chats, no more messages. And yet, something unexpectedly wonderful happened. 3 friends from my past, the ones I hadn't spoken to in years, reached out privately. We saw your post, they said. We're throwing a belated birthday party for your boy. Come. That weekend, my son laughed harder than I'd heard in months. No elaborate themes, no extravagant decorations, just a backyard, 2 slightly chaotic water balloons, 3 dogs, and people who genuinely cared. As he looked up at me, cheeks flushed and eyes bright, he whispered, "This is what real family feels like." The final insult came quietly. A wedding invitation slid under my door. Gold trim, glossy cardstock, RSVP instructions in raised lettering. At the bottom, in small print, "We hope you'll reconsider joining us. No hard feelings. No hard feelings." After erasing my child, after twisting our shared memories, after decades of me patching the holes they made with money and silence, there were no hard feelings. I didn't RSVP. Instead, I wrote a simple card, white and unadorned. "I hope your marriage brings the loyalty I was never offered. Congratulations." I didn't include a return address. What I did return was power. Power over my life, my choices, my peace. I cut ties systematically. Every autopay linked to them, canceled. My name removed from their insurance plan, which I had maintained out of obligation. I informed the estate attorney that I would no longer co-sign family documents without independent counsel. And then the biggest change of all, I sold my house, packed our things, and moved to a new state, just my son and me. A smaller home, sunlit and cozy, simple. We decorated with thrifted furniture, paper lanterns, and my son's own drawings taped to the fridge. One night, he curled into my lap and whispered, "This home feels warm, not like before." I didn't cry. I just held him closer. The next morning, a voicemail from my father appeared. I saw the listing. "What about your sister's college loans? We thought you'd handle them." No greeting, no apology, just another expectation. I deleted it. This time, my silence spoke louder than any birthday crown, cake, or RSVP ever could. 2 weeks later, an unexpected package arrived, no return label. Inside was a photo album, my son's name etched in gold on the cover. I flipped it open, bracing for manipulation, guilt, or anger. But instead, it was filled with photographs from his real birthday. The messy, joyous, water balloon-filled, dog-chasing, laughter-heavy day. On the last page was a note. You protected him. You chose him over tradition. That's what real parents do. I hadn't realized I was crying until my son asked softly, "Why are your eyes shiny?" I smiled, because sometimes the hardest choices give the softest peace. That night, I deleted every remaining family thread. No group chats. No forwarded memes. No, just checking in texts that came only when they needed something. In their place, I built something new. Not from anger, but from clarity. We started small traditions. Wednesday walks, just the 2 of us. No agendas, no expectations, just conversations about stars, dogs, ice cream flavors, and the little wonders of life. One evening, watching him chase fireflies at dusk, he turned to me and said, "Mom, I think you're magic." I laughed. "Why?" He asked. "Because you made something out of nothing." He ran ahead again, arms outstretched like wings. And for the first time in years, I felt no obligation, no debt to anyone but my son. I had already paid in courage, in love, in truth. And finally, that was enough.